I want to talk about what to do 1 week before your test. So if your test is coming up soon, if your test is this next Saturday, this is the right video for you. Let's get started. 1 week before the test, you won't be able to improve your English by much. Okay, you just need to understand this. 1 week, you can't improve that much. You need to focus on knowing what to expect on the test. You also need to focus on your mental and physical preparation. So you need to be mentally and physically ready for the test. It's a long test, right? You need to be ready. And so one way to think of your test is like a sporting event, like a basketball game or a soccer game or something like that. You need to be in your best form possible. So physically, mentally, emotionally, make sure you are ready for this test. It's difficult, and that mental difference or the physical difference or the emotional difference can be the difference between you getting a 6.5 or getting a 7 or getting a 6 or a 6.5. That difference is very important, so make sure that you're ready. So my first tip is don't study any new English in your last week before the test. Your English is not going to improve much in just 1 week. Instead, you should review what you have already learned, including IELTS test strategies, IELTS writing methods, English vocabulary, and it may also be a good idea to do lots of English reading to get your brain ready for the test. So reading and listening as well. You want to be ready for it. If you don't do any English reading or English listening and you just go into the test, there's a very small chance that you'll be ready. So make sure that you do lots of reading and listening to get ready for the test. And focus on your strengths, not your weaknesses here. You won't be able to fix your weaknesses, especially if it's like, I need more vocabulary or I need better grammar. In 1 week, you can't fix this, but you can focus on your strengths. Review the material that you've already learned before and try to get better at the things you're already good at. Okay? My second tip is know the test. If you've never taken a full test before, make sure you do now. Get one of the Cambridge IELTS series books and go through the test. You should even time yourself this 1 week before because it's very important that you understand how long the test is and how long you have for each section. All right? You should also know what to expect in each different part and have an idea of the different writing question types and speaking parts. You should know what writing task 1 is and what writing task 2 is. And you should know speaking part 1, speaking part 2, speaking part 3, and the differences between these speaking parts. All right? You should have a strategy ready for each section. For listening, just a little bit of small advice. Make sure you preview the upcoming questions whenever you have spare time. And don't worry if you miss one question. Just focus on the questions that are coming next. For reading, don't spend too much time on any one question. If you really don't know the answer, skip it. And if you need to come back later, then you can if you have the time. But don't get stuck on just one question and waste all of your time on that. For writing, know what you need to include and how you're going to structure it. And for speaking, focus on fluency and clarity, not showing off your high-level language. This is just some basic advice for your last week. Tip number 3, very, very, very important, stay healthy. If you're overly tired, if you're too tired on the day of your test, it will be much more difficult to perform well. Just like in a basketball game or a soccer game. If you're sick or extra tired, it's going to be difficult to do your best. So make sure that you're healthy. Do everything possible to be in good physical health for the test. This means don't eat any strange foods, rest early, and not just the 1 day before the test. 2 days, 3 days before the test. Make sure you're not eating anything strange, anything extra heavy, and make sure you're resting early. Arrive at the test center early. Don't be rushed on the day of the test. Very important. You don't want to be rushed. And during the test, do your best to stay mentally and physically relaxed. It's a stressful test, and it's long. So it's very important that you don't get tense. That means you really tighten your muscles. Don't tighten your muscles. I know lots of students who, the day after the test, they get so tired, and some of them even get sick because they're so stressed and so tense during the test. Don't let this be you. It's not good for you. It's not good for your score. So stay relaxed during the test, all right?